Guys, hi beautiful people, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Abby Crystal here again, and if you're a returning subscriber, you're welcome back, and if you're a new subscriber, you're welcome to my channel. Please don't forget to like, to share, and to click on the bell notification button to get notified whenever I post new videos here on my channel. So today's edition is going to be a very interesting one. Yes guys, this is the Miss Universe season. Yes, we've been talking about Miss Universe for months now, and it is knocking on our doors. Okay, so we are close to the pageant, we're close to, you know, the start of the pageant. A lot of countries are arriving. Mexico for the pageant. As it is right now, so many African countries have left for Mexico, and I want to, you know, this particular video is going to be, I wanted to do a versus this versus that in terms of the African countries that are going to be contesting in this year's Miss Universe pageant. But at second glance, I looked at it and I said, the way Miss Grand went, you know, with all the razzmatazz, and at the end of the day, no African country placed. And I was telling myself that it's like it's now Africa against the rest of the other continent. Okay, so African countries have to fasten their seatbelt, because right now the battle is not within. Okay, the battle is outside. So we need to come together as Africans to, you know, make sure that in this particular edition of Miss Universe, Africa will definitely go very far, because right now it's as if, you know, African continent is being overlooked. The African contestants, they are being overlooked and all, you know. So I don't want to repeat of what's happened in Miss Grand, because I took out my time to, you know, talk about that particular pageant, you know, talk about the chances of African representatives, you know, being in the top 20 and all. And to my surprise, none of them made the top 20. And with this viral video that is going around, where the VP, one of the owners of Miss Universe pageant, and one Osmel, I think Osmel is like the former pageant director of Miss Venezuela, and he's known for, you know, picking exotic beauties and all. They were doing their top 10 pick on, you know, in TikTok. Was it TikTok or whatever? I saw the video on TikTok, sure, but I don't know where they posted the video, but I think I saw it on TikTok. Okay, so they were choosing their top 20 favorites, and no African country was mentioned. I began to ask myself, like, what is happening? Why are they overlooking the African countries this year's pageant? And, you know, with all this whole razzmatazz of what is happening, you know, what happened in Miss Grand and all. So I began to ask myself, like, what is happening? Is it that African countries need to go extra mile to start lobbying to get to the top 20 or top 30, as the case may be? Yes, in this year's pageant, it's going to be top 20 in top 30 in Miss Universe. So is it that the African countries are, you know, we have to go and start lobbying and all, you know? So this whole thing is, you know, it's not fair to the African countries. And I feel like, you know, this year we have a strong batch. You know, this year we have a very strong batch from the African countries and from Africa. So I just hope and pray that, you know, this year African representative will go very far. I just hope that this year we go very far in this competition, because, you know, it's so sad what happened in Miss Grand, but all the same, I feel like we're going to do very well in Miss Universe. Okay, this particular video, let me not talk too much. Okay, this particular video is going to be talking about the African countries, the African representatives to this year's Miss Universe, and, you know, I'm going to be rating their portrait, you know, based on, you know, how well they came out in their portrait. You know, I'm going to just be comparing each of the portraits of the strong contenders from, you know, this particular region. Okay, so if this video, you know, you guys know that I posted the portrait of the African representative on my short. Yes, if you've not watched that video, please go and watch that video. Okay, so I'm going to be talking about this. I'm going to be rating their portrait, okay, from, you know, the ones that I felt like did not really do very well, and to the best portrait. Okay, yes, that's what I'm going to be talking about in this particular video. So I think my worst headshot is that of Miss South Africa and some other countries as well. I would be rating them in the next clip you're going to be seeing. Okay, so
Don't wanna say
So guys, you've seen the ratings that I did on the headshots and the portraits of the African countries that are going to be vying for this year's Miss Universe contest happening in Mexico. So what do you guys think about it? Do you think that, you know, I was right in the decision, or I was right in the ratings and all? But all in all, I felt like, you know, for me at this point, I would say that going into the finals of this year's pageant, I would say that Guinea has a stronger chance in the African continent, because I've seen, apart from her headshots, I've heard her story, I've heard her voice for change video, and guys, I must tell you that that lady is very eloquent and very intelligent, and she's well polished, and I feel like she has a very strong story talking about gender mutilation, how she survived, you know, gender mutilation and all. That's a very strong story, and I must tell you guys that Guinea is one of the strongest. In fact, she's the strongest going into this pageant right now. As at the time I'm filming this video, she's the strongest African country, and I feel like she's going to give Miss Zimbabwe a run for her money, because as it is right now, Zimbabwe has been the one leading, okay, previously, but right now I feel like Guinea has overtaken Zimbabwe, and as it is right now, Guinea is my first choice going into the pageant pre-arrival. Okay, so this particular video will be, I'll try and, you know, put it up before as soon as the girl starts arriving. This will be my pre-arrival hot picks or pre-arrival favorite. Okay, so now I will say that, you know, Chidinma, it's another first to be reckoned with. We should not just undermine her, because I feel like she has a very strong story as well. South Africa too, even if her headshot was not that great, but South Africa has a very strong story as well. Zimbabwe, I don't know, I've not really seen her speak. I think that would be her downside, you know, not being able to, I don't know if she can be able to meet up in terms of the intelligence and eloquence, but I feel like, you know, she's still one of the strongest, regardless of, you know, regardless of whether she, you know, she has a strong story or not. She's still one of the strongest going into the competition. And also I would say that Somalia too, Somalia is very strong as well. Eritrea is very strong as well. Angola too, Angola was just crowned recently. I don't know how far she's going with her preparations and all. And Kenya too is very straight. And I'll see you all in my next video. Okay, so what do you guys think about my ratings? Okay, just comment down below, and I'll see you all in my next video coming up very soon.